to the astounding Aryan Show. Breaking news today. Yesterday, August 4th, was a life-threatening situation for the folks at Lebanon. There was a massive explosion at the city of Beirut, killing at least 154 people, wounding more than 5,000 and causing widespread damage. More than 1,000 people have been hospitalized, and 120 are still in critical condition on Friday, according to Lebanon's Health Minister Hamad Hassan. Let's pass it on to Dr. Christian Harvey from Harvard University to elaborate on the situation.
Thank you, Aaron. The situation is indeed life-threatening and has certainly given fright to many residents of Lebanon. Officials say that the Beirut explosion didn't end with one blast, yet instead it blasted a second time. The second blast sent a reddish, billowing plume high above the city's port and created a shockwave that shattered glass for miles. Despite a huge search operation, dozens are still believed to be missing in the city on the eastern coast of the Mediterranean Sea.
That is frightening indeed. Dr. Christian Harvey, many officials talk about the explosion. However, the cause of the explosion is still mysterious. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I certainly don't know the reason or cause for this explosion, although I do know that the residents of Beirut are experiencing the worst time of their lives and are going through a midlife crisis. The best they can do is flee, and may I wish them the best of luck.
Thank you for your time, Dr. Christian Harvey. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Now, moving on to the New York Times article that states, the exact cause remains undetermined, but a fire ravaged a port warehouse around 6 p.m. There were two explosions, a smaller one that was followed seconds later by a larger blast that destroyed swaths of the city. Additionally, there's an interesting tweet by Mr. Aryan Maglu, a resident at Beirut. Mr. Aryan's tweet states, all I can say is that this reeks of mythical shenanigans of an unknown pantheon, perhaps Greek from the lightning. All I know is that it seems like a rare occurrence of a myth explaining better than science. I was one of the survivors of the explosion. After the explosion, something unnatural occurred. It was like two Greek gods fighting with the powers they hold based on the myths. Whoa, that is certainly not what I expected.
Whoa. That is certainly not what I expected.
We have one side where the doctors and officials don't know what caused it, and another interesting side from an eyewitness, Mr. Aryan Maglu. We have invited him to the show to share his thoughts on the experience. Mr. Aryan Maglu, could you please elaborate on your tweet and share what Greek myth are you exactly referring to?
Thank you for having me here, Aryan. This was something unusually strange. I don't quite know how to describe such a horrifying experience. But, like I said before, there are occurrences in life where you must wonder if myth is more accurate than reality, and this was certainly one of them. What I saw is all I could provide. Some people may call me insane. However, I witnessed two Greek gods, both of whom I believe to be Hephaestus and Ares fighting. It could have been a feud, a disagreement, or just straight up boredom, but they fight near the city. The fight had multiple parts. One part was when Hephaestus caused a fire on top of the building, and then Ares caused a small explosion in retaliation. The final part was actually unintentional, as there was a massive stock of ammonium nitrate stored in the building where they were fighting, and both of the actions caused it to explode, resulting in an explosion that was felt more than 100 miles away. At least, this is what I theorized, because I was too busy running away from the massive fire.
I am so sorry to hear that, Mr. Aryan Maglu. That is terrifying indeed. No mortal should have experienced such a tragic event. May our thoughts and prayers be with the affected people. Thank you for your time, Mr. Aryan Maglu. That's it for today's segment of Breaking News. Stick around for the weather report coming after a short commercial break.